Hello friends, this is Miss S.D. Pawar, Economics Department, Gokte PU College of Commerce, Belgavi. Today I am about to start microeconomics first topic introduction which carries 6 marks from exam point of view. To begin with, the meaning of economy. It is a mechanism through which the scarce resources are prioritized and organized for the production of goods and services. To explain this meaning, economy is like a process where there are many resources available in the country, but these resources are limited or finite or they are scarce. But the needs of the economy or the country are many. So these scarce resources are prioritized, that is, they are listed and later they are organized or arrangement is made for production of goods and services required by the economy, and that is how an economy works. That is, the economic activities like production, distribution, exchange and consumption of goods and services are carried out by the economy. Let's start with the central or basic problems of an economy. What are the basic or central problems of an economy? As I told you, all the resources that are available by for in the economy are scarce. Therefore the problem of choice arises because of scarcity of resources, and these resources which are scarce are having competing usages. Therefore the problems arise in the economy as to what to produce, how to produce and for whom to produce. Let's deal with the first problem, that is what and how much to produce. It is a problem related to choice between the commodities. Due to the scarcity of resources, the economy has to decide whether to have or to produce more agricultural goods or to produce more industrial goods, whether to use more resources in education development and health or to use in building military services, whether to produce the basic or luxury goods in the economy or whether to have more of consumption goods or to have more of investment goods which will boost the production and consumption, whether to have more of basic education or the resources should be spent on higher education. Second point, how to produce. For the purpose of production, the two main factors are labor and capital. So, it is a problem of choice of technique or technology. Economy has to decide whether to use labor intensive or labor based technology or capital intensive technique. Now, for a country like India, example, which is more populated, which has abundance of labor, the government has to make a decision, or the government would make a decision to use more of labor and less of capital. For whom are these goods produced or for whom to produce? This problem is related to the allocation or distribution of resources. Allocation or distribution of national income among the society. To understand this, now the GDP or the goods and services are contributed by the people of the country. So when they are contributing, they deserve to get the rewards. So the question arises as to who gets more and who will get less. In a market based economy, where the private sector plays the important role, where demand and supply are the active forces, the distribution of goods and services is determined by ability to pay. Simply, whoever demands and has the capacity to pay will get goods. In a centrally planned economy where government plays an active role, the government ensures that the basic requirements are fulfilled or available freely for even the weaker sections of the society. Why does sorry so the basic problems of an economy evolve around three main questions: what, how, and for whom to produce. Organization or types of economies. The economies are organized in three ways, that is centrally planned economies, market economy, and mixed economy. Let's begin with centrally planned economy. Centrally planned economy is also called as socialistic pattern of society. Socialistic pattern of society here, where the government takes all the important decisions and does planning as regards to production, exchange, consumption of goods and services. That is, what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce is decided by the government. Therefore, the government allocates the resources of the nation accordingly and sees that equal distribution of goods and services to all the levels of the society to achieve social welfare. The main aim of the government is social welfare, well-being of the entire society. For example, if education and health services are not produced in sufficient amount by individuals on their own, that is by the private sector, the government might try to induce them, they may try to encourage them, encourage the individuals to produce adequate amount of such goods or services, or alternatively otherwise the government itself decides to produce the goods and services in question. Example of centrally planned economies are China, Cuba, North Korea, Vietnam. Market economy. Market economy, also known as capitalistic economy. Here, all the economic activities are organized through the market. A market is a place which allows the buyers and sellers to exchange goods and services for a price. Here, the market forces of demand and supply decide the price of the goods and services, and thus the central problem of what to produce, how much to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce are solved through price mechanism, that is ability to pay and demand and supply forces. The market is based on profit motive. Market or individual producers are producing the goods only to earn profit motive and not welfare motive, as in case of centrally planned economy. The market here does not refer to a particular place. They may or may not meet each other, that is the buyer and the seller may or may not meet each other in person. They may interact or contact through telephone or internet and conduct exchange of commodities. Like internet, example of a market can be taken as online, internet marketing, telephonic interviews, etc. Example of market economies are Japan, countries like Japan, Australia, USA. Having seen centrally planned economy which is controlled by the government, that is the decisions are taken by the government, market economy where the major decisions are taken by the market forces of demand and supply through price mechanism. Now we see the third category, that is third kind of organization is mixed economy. Mixed economy is a combination of both centrally planned and market economy where both the economies coexist, they work hand in hand, where important policy making decisions are taken by the government and production of goods and services is done by the market or private sector. Example of such mixed economies are India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, etc. Yes, as we know, our syllabus economics is classified into two parts, microeconomics and macroeconomics. So, let's understand the difference between the micro and macroeconomics, which can be explained in 3 points. Meaning, micro means small, that is which studies the behavior of individual units of an economy, like per capita income, that is a single person's income, single price of a product, single unit of production. It studies at individual level, micro level. Macro means large and studies the behavior of aggregate and averages. Aggregate is nothing but total in total, and averages is overall economy as a whole. It studies the averages and aggregates and averages of the economy as a whole, like national income, total savings, total expenditures of the economy, etc. Second point of distinction, main tools. What are the main tools of microeconomics? Demand and supply, that is individual demand and individual supply are the main tools, whereas macro studies the aggregate demand and aggregate supply, total demand, market demand and market supply. Third point of distinction is objective. What is the objective or the aim of microeconomic is to determine the price of commodity or price of factors of production. Determine the price of a commodity means, say for example, determine the price of onion, determine the price of tomatoes, or price of factors of production. As you know, the factors of production are land, labor, capital and organization. So to determine their prices, that is what rewards or what price should be paid to the land for the services given by land, labor, capital and organization, that is rent, wages, capital and interest. Here the objective of macro is to determine the income and employment level of the economy, that is determine the national income. Income of economy means the national income of the economy, the employment level in the economy. Then What is the theories that are coming under the micro or the subject matter is related to the theory of price, that is theory of pricing, that is products, and theory of consumer behavior, that is individual behavior, how an individual behaves in the market, at what prices he will demand what quantity of goods. Macro is related to the theories like theory of consumption and investment, theory of employment. Economics is neither microeconomics nor macroeconomics, but it is a study of both micro and macro, and each are interdependent on each other and both are equally important. For today's session, we shall stop here and continue in the next part. Thank you.